All right, so before uh, shutting things down for tonight and getting ready for tomorrow, I want to discuss who's left on the board after round one because there's some interesting ones. So I went through just hockey prospect, elite prospect, Bob McKenzie's lists. And it's interesting because, again, scouts are all over the place once you get past, say, the first 5 or 6 draft picks in this round. So what we're going to see tomorrow is a lot more uncertainty. So I went in order of at least through the first round of players that didn't get picked that Hockey Prospect had rated highly. Tristan Robbins, they had 13th. Elite Prospects had him at 53. And for Bob McKenzie, he was an honorable mention. So he wasn't in the first few rounds for Bob McKenzie. This is how all over the place these things are. Noel Gunler, however, is a surprise falling out of the first round. He was 17th on Elite Prospects, 17th on Hockey Prospect, 22nd on Elite Prospects, and 28th on Bob McKenzie's list. I would think he goes to Detroit. But John Jason Paderka, I'm going to skip Luke Evangelista, I'll come back to him. John Jason Paderka was 24th on Hockey Prospect, 24th on Elite Prospects, and 23rd on Elite Prospects. Paderka, I'm really surprised he fell out too. So I would think Gunler and Paderka are probably the first two off the board. Think about it. You're Ottawa, you have just drafted. Who'd you draft at third? Stützle. Who do you have available to you at 33rd? Paderka. That would end up looking like a pretty solid draft for Ottawa, right? And then Jan Mysak, who is 26th on Hockey Prospect, 32nd on Elite Prospects. Bob McKenzie has him at 34th. I would figure he falls to one of the other California teams. I would think. Unless we're going to see somebody completely off the board again, and we could. Jeremy Poirier, 98th on Hockey Prospects list, 26th on Hockey Prospects, and 33rd on Bob McKenzie's list. So again, we see diverging opinions on that player as well, but with McKenzie and Elite Prospects both having him as, either late first round or early second round, I don't think he lasts very long on the board either. William Olinder, 45th on Hockey Prospects, 47th on Elite Prospects. Bob McKenzie had him at 27th. I thought maybe San Jose would take a flyer on him. But nope, that didn't end up happening. And he may very well end up being mid-second round in this draft. Ryan O'Rourke, 38th on Hockey Prospect, 28th on Elite Prospects, 37th on Bob McKenzie's list. Notice Tyler Clevin isn't on this list either. He's probably going to go in the second round. Helge Grans, 65th on Hockey Prospect, 19th on Elite Prospects. And that's the divergent opinions. 32nd on Bob McKenzie's. And Helge Grans probably doesn't make it that far through this. May end up being a Nashville Predators prospect. Just feels like the kind of guy Nashville probably drafts. Theodor Niederbach, 70th on Hockey Prospects, 27th on Elite Prospects, 66th on Bob McKenzie's list. So again, we'll see where he ends up going. And then Daniel Torgerson, 37th on Hockey Prospect, 31st on Elite Prospects, 53rd on Bob McKenzie's list. Look for these names to go early tomorrow. I would think, again, Gunler probably 32nd, Paderka 33rd. And again, if you're Ottawa and you come out of this draft with both Paderka and Stützle, you're probably laughing all the way to the bank on that one. And then they've got Ridley Gregg down the middle. Very, very strong draft. And this could end up being a home run for Ottawa. And again, the discussions of whether or not Jake Sanderson ends up being a smart pick or not, we'll have those discussions for likely years to come. But I really think the depth of this draft means that for these teams that are picking early in the second round, they're going to get some pretty good players. So let me know in the comment section below which player you're surprised wasn't taken in the first round and you think is going to be a steal in round 2, maybe round 3. Where does Nico Dawes go? Goaltender. Does he end up going in the second round? Does he go early in the third? Which team is most likely to say, hey, we'd better pick up a goaltender while we're at it? Does San Jose early in the second round look at these guys that are left over and say, we'll go with Nico Dawes in net? What kind of uncertainty? Lots. And I like it. I do. I like it a lot. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. That's right. Nice and quick, straight to the point. And we'll get to this tomorrow because odds are most of these names are going to be drafted right away in the second round. But there may be some that slip further than that. It's always interesting to see which players slip in the draft and why, and whether or not that ends up being a good idea whether or not that's the smart move later on. So let me know your thoughts. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow morning to the live stream when we will get into rounds 2 through 7. We will be broadcasting for likely an hour and a half. If the numbers are small enough on the live stream, I can probably run it. So I may keep it going even after Yvonne leaves. But again, that depends on how many people are there and how easy it is for me to watch the draft, keep up with the prospects, the draft picks as they're happening, and keep up with the chat as well, because that could be a challenge. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.